Kind of looks like this James Bond book might have flew under the radar because a couple of people are talking about it now, and I thought there was some interesting stuff that we could talk about in a video about why this franchise is likely done. It seems the estate that controls it is just willing to let everything about the character go ahead and be written off and changed for a more modern time. Particularly one set of people that's clearly being pushed for left-wing kind of liberal radicals. And I'm going to show you why. So this is stupid because this character could be timeless. You could make this a timeless character because, I mean, the fundamentals of the character are always going to be something that dudes will like, you know, on adventure all the time, always hooking up with beautiful women, action, espionage, like it's all there. And they've decided no longer will James Bond be this alpha male, masculine man's man who just women fall over. No, that's not going to be the case anymore. They're going to make him kind of it's basically nothing about the character now that's different from a Jason Bourne or anything like that. He really just doesn't need to exist anymore, to be honest. So I don't think this franchise is going to last. They're literally going to run into the ground with what they're doing to it. And there's really good examples here in this book that apparently came out back in May, according to Bounding in the Comics here. There was one passage that's been going around. This is what he made me want to talk about it. So basically, James Bond now is a secret agent for the activist liberals that run England, and he's going to go take down an Anglo-Saxon ran organization that embodies basically everything that these people think the right is. So Emrod the Greatest shared this. This is a passage from the book. This is a paper. This is the page from the book. Okay. And this sounds like basically taking CNN talking points about right-wingers and conservatives and turning it into a Bond novel. So this Brickett guy is a ex-MP or something. He's famous for promoting wild coof conspiracies and talks about mask wearing and 5G. Notice how they throw this 5G bullshit in there with that too, by the way. That stuff where like apparently 5G towers are evil. Seems kind of ridiculous to me, but that's what they're putting in there with it. Okay. Which has spilled over into the usual anti-immigrant, anti-EU, anti-BBC. Most have to put anti-BBC in there. Anti-MSM, mainstream media. Anti-cultural Marxist climate change denial pronouncements. He's part of the, also anti-trans stuff, apparently. And he got kicked out of the party, and he set up the New Freedom Party. Bond was struck by something. It was a long while since he'd been at any kind of function that was almost exclusively full of men. It felt strange. There's not even a pretense at diversity here. I don't know what this name is here, if this is supposed to be the organization or the guy who runs it. But apparently they weren't even the least bit concerned about ensuring that half of the people that he'd hired to carry out his coup should be women or non-white or disabled. So having them around would have made the coup work. Is that what you're saying? This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen attached to the name James Bond. This is an official book, by the way. James Bond is effed. I just don't see this franchise lasting. I'm saying laughing because I'm laughing at this. I don't see this working out. Apparently, there's 10 times worse the amount of shit than this in the book, according to, I'm guessing, whoever wrote this article, because they must have read the book, John F. Trent. Good dude. He must have read the book. And, I'm not going to read this book. I'll watch a 30-minute movie and sit down and read some shitty woke book. I don't think so. No, thank you. And I don't think I'll be the only one. I didn't hear this book making waves about anything, but I tell you what, watch them adapt it for the next movie. I can't wait to see the next James Bond. This franchise is done. I just don't see it lasting. All the things that they consider toxic and masculine are like things that really make that character and who he is. And the last movie I tried to watch, I got halfway through it and turned it off. It was at the point where he was starting to reconcile or something with his wife or whatever. I know he died in it. I just couldn't get through the movie. I didn't like it. I'm really mixed on a lot of the Daniel Craig movies, to be honest, because some of them are fantastic and some of them are shit. I did really like Casino Royale. I also really liked Skyfall. The other ones I didn't like, particularly this last one. I just thought it was boring. And, Phoebe Waller-Bridge being attached to it makes that make sense. So I think this franchise is going to die. I know the last one did okay, but I just don't see this holding up. You're taking all of the things that made it timeless and appealing to men and changing it. Maybe that'll change. As men become kind of more wimpy, to be honest, maybe they'll start to take things they can see in this new James Bond, and maybe I'll be wrong about it. That's something that could happen, but this isn't a world I would want to even fantasize about, this James Bond novel. When I think of James Bond and the fantasy around being that character, it's him just going to tropical places, hooking up with random beautiful women, and going on over-the-top action adventure. I really like the older ones with the crazy villains that have like weird eye wide open shit like that. Odd Job throwing his hat around like that. Those were the fun ones. This new shit, though I appreciate the serious ones when they do come out. Some of them are really good. I like the older stuff, and it'll never be surpassed. And they were doing an okay job with them. Like the Pierce Brosnan ones were pretty close, but they just couldn't get it right. I don't think they're going to get it right going forward. We saw a lot of the shit in the last one that they were talking about. It's time for James Bond to change and all this shit. I don't even think he smokes anymore, does he? And I'm not even a big, smoking advocate. Like, oh, we should have this character smoke. It's a little bit different with a character like James Bond because he's always smoked. Okay, it's the same with like Wolverine. Wolverine doesn't smoke anymore. He doesn't smoke cigars anymore. Like that was something that character used to do all the time. And Marvel even went back one time, and I'm not making this up, removed a cigar from a reprint of a famous cover that he was on. They took the cigar out of his mouth, like digitally. I just want to show you this so you don't think that I'm making it up. This is I have this issue. It's a fantastic cover. I love this cover. Come on, mess with us. Make our day. And there's, him with a cigar, and it's got his claws up. He's ready to go. Colossus there backing him up. But here it is. I'm guessing this is for the omnibus or a hardback, hardcover paperback novel, trade paperback. Look what they did. They took the cigar out of his mouth, and you can see it right there. That's where it was. They just erased it. Like, that's stupid. First off, it's really dumb that Wolverine can't smoke. He has a healing factor. He'll never get lung cancer. But it's just stupid little things like that annoy me. Smoking's bad. I'm not a fan of smoking. Used to smoke, quit. One of the worst things I ever did. However, James Bond has been smoking since the 60s. If you want to just give him cigars, that's fine. I just think it's a stupid change of the character. A lot of stupid change. I don't even think he really drinks as much anymore. So I just don't think this franchise is going to last. Now that it's down to the book level, like, this shit is done. It's a dead franchise walking. And what a shame. This is a character that men really like to enjoy, and it's another one that's been changed to be something for everybody because men can't have anything. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.